everybody, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan, here with another Plan With Me video in my B6 Food and Fitness Tracker. So this week I'm going to do some stamping with my VersaFine ink, my doodle stamps, and some floral and bird stamps from Michaels. And maybe use some of these too. I don't know yet. I kind of go by the seat of my pants when it comes to these spreads, but I do know that I love using these stamps because they're a great basis for creating a spread. All right, so let's get started. Now, I decided that if I wanted to create a border with these stamps, I needed to almost block off a certain part of it. So here I am, I'm using washi to cover a certain part of the doodle box, and I actually ended up doing the wrong side. But basically the reason that I cover up that part with washi is so that it doesn't get inked up, and then I remove the washi from the stamp so that you'll see that that specific part that I covered up did not get inked and therefore leaves a blank spot. I love these doodle stamps from Studio L2E. I love that they look like bullet journal, but it's so easy to use, and I probably may use this for all of my future food and fitness trackers, but we'll see. So now I'm using these wood stamps from Michaels, and I'm going to try as best as I can to get it in the corners here. Now, because it's a wooden stamp, it's really difficult for me to see the outline and where I'm placing the stamp. So there might be a bit of overlap, but otherwise I think that looks really cute. So again, covering up the portion of the box that oh no, not for that one. Covering up the portion of the box that I don't want inked up. And then once I actually do ink it up, make sure to remove the washi, because if you do not remove the washi, then you're basically just putting it down, and basically it had no effect whatsoever. Just putting a few of the floral stamps down, and then using my black pen to fill in any of the gaps. I learned this trick, I think, from Jenny McGarvey. When she stamps and she wants to cover up a certain part of the stamp, you use washi to cover it up so that it doesn't get ink on it, and make sure to remove the washi so that the actual part without the ink on it doesn't seep through. So really the whole point of what I'm doing here is just trying to find a few corners where I can place a few of these cute little stamps. And you see, because it is a wood stamp, it's really difficult for me to line it up properly. I do prefer acrylic stamps just because of that one main factor of that I can really control where I put it down. Whereas with the wooden stamps, no matter how hard I try, I can't see exactly where I am laying it down. I think wood stamps are great and they're really, really cute, but that's the only thing I think that the acrylic stamps beat out on, is that you can see exactly where you're putting them down. So here I'm creating a little bit more of a cluster of which corners have not been stamped, because I'm going to create a little cluster of florals in the middle there. But if you've not seen my food and fitness tracker videos before, basically I track Monday through Friday, so that's why you see the 5 columns, and then the 3 rows are for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now I include snacks in those as well, but I only have enough room in my B6 for the 3 rows, so I can fit everything in that. And then along the bottom here, am I doing that? Yeah, along the bottom is where I'm going to include boxes for where I keep track of my fitness. For me, my fitness is just a quick checkbox of which workout I did that day. I don't have a very detailed outline of what workouts I've done. For me, it's not necessarily about that. It's just to make sure that I've done the workout. So here I'm using my Tombow Duo brush pens to add a little bit of color, and I've decided to go with 3 different colors today: the pink, the yellow, and the purple. I think the 3 of them actually work really, really well together, and I find myself getting drawn to the color yellow a little bit more nowadays. I think just because it's so springy outside, and yellow is such a great pop of color. It's I think one of those unassuming colors, but it's just fantastic and adds so much to a spread once you add it in. One of the things I was really careful about with this was to make sure that I didn't press too hard with the marker, because I really did not want it to bleed through the paper. I've had this happen to me before, so I was really, really careful trying to make sure I wasn't pressing too hard. I am using 28-pound paper, which is generally quite good, but there will be some shadow and there will be some bleed through, which I really don't mind too much. So now with the Tombow brush side, I will be adding in the days of the week. I love those pops of color. And then in the top right hand corner there, with I guess the scallop full box, is where I'm going to keep track of my weigh-in for the week. And then I'm using my, again, Tombow brush pen, the thinner side or the fine tip side, drawing in a box where I'm going to plan out my dinners for the week. I didn't measure this box correctly, so it's slightly smaller than what I'm used to, but I'll still be able to fit in my meal planning. So I like having a little column, a little box just for planning out my dinners. That's really what I do for meal planning, is mainly my dinners, and my lunches and breakfasts are normally the same thing, and then lunches are normally leftovers. So there in the corner I've created a little cluster of the florals again, and then just coloring them in with the marker. I am so far in love with this process. I mean, stamping is such a great economical way to, it's a great economical planner tool. And then the markers just add a bit more color and change up the whole look of the spread. And this is just by markers. So you don't have to have stickers to create a really good spread, and you don't necessarily have to draw everything in for a good bullet journal spread. I know a lot of bullet journalers out there use stamps, and I'm a big fan of that. So putting it back in, and I'm going to add a couple more stamps in the corner, but that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again and have a great day.